Hey everyone, welcome back to Matt's Plants. Slightly different video today. Rather than looking at my orchids, I'm going to show a little bit of a hunt in the countryside of Worcestershire, where I'm from, looking for early purple orchids. And along the way, we're also going to look at a few other sort of British wildflowers that popped up that were worth a view. So here we go. So the first stop on my walk in the Worcestershire countryside was this meadow, which is an SSSI, Site of Special Scientific Interest. And sadly no orchids, but did find an awful lot of these cowslips, which are out in bloom at the moment, or Primula varus. So this place is absolutely blanketed with them. Absolutely gorgeous. They were everywhere. Really thick on the ground. And yeah, all in sort of full bloom really. I had to watch where I stood. So each and every step was run the risk of squashing one. But absolutely gorgeous. This site apparently does have native orchids. I've certainly seen common spotted there later in the year, and apparently it also has butterfly orchids as well, although I couldn't see any evidence of them, but I'll come back later in the year. One thing this meadow also does have in abundance is this Bugle, which is a Juga reptans, I think. I'll check that. So it does look a little bit like ground ivy, which we'll see later on, but the way you tell is by looking at the shape of the leaves. This has sort of these round leaves as opposed to the scalloped leaves of ground ivy. So I've walked on a little bit at this point, and I'm now in a patch of ancient woodland. So these patches sort of remain throughout Worcestershire and throughout the country. Remains of woodland long since destroyed by agriculture and building houses and roads and God knows what else. And it's just, the classic bluebells. These are usually hybrid bluebells of Spanish and English rather than one or the other. And just everywhere, carpeting it, and really, really pretty. Then we came to this rather excellent patch of herb Paris, or Paris quadrifolia. Very distinctive plant of sort of ancient woodlands on chalky soils, limestone soils, which is what this is. It's near a limestone quarry. One of my personal favourites. And here we go. This is what we were looking for. So these are early purple orchids, or Orchis mascula, found in sort of a beach woodland high up on a ridge, and they're just absolutely stunning. I don't think really my camera does quite justice to just how vibrantly purple and pink they are. So they're usually found in ancient woodland, grassland, non-acidic soils again, so we're still only up the road from where the limestone quarry was. And really, really well-known orchid, obviously by its name, one of the first orchids to come out in the spring. Named throughout history, is even mentioned by Shakespeare in Hamlet, who refers to it as a long purple. He then goes on to say that liberal shepherds give a grosser name, and that refers to the fact that the roots of this particular orchid look like testicles, and presumably the liberal shepherds would no doubt have had a great many gross names for the shape of the roots. And this is red Campion, Silene diorica, very, very common flowering plant this time of year of hedgerows and woodlands, and really characteristic by its sort of split petals. And there's also white Campion, which looks exactly the same, but unsurprisingly is white. Finally, another very common plant this time of year in hedgerows and woodlands is this greater stitchwort, Stellaria holostea. Again, like the Campion, sort of has these sort of split white petals, very characteristic. I am apparently absolutely fascinating to sheep. No, there you go, they've lost interest. When I start talking, they lose interest. Feels like my YouTube subscriptions. Alright, that's it from me. Like and subscribe. See you next time.